It's Luke and Naomi.
Woohoo, it is! We are live from the guest room. It is Luke and Naomi on air featuring Naomi's Under a Rock reviews with a fan favorite this week. Fan favorite for episode 151.
Okay.
A fan favorite movie. Will it be a Naomi favorite?
We'll see.
That's what we are going to find out in just a little bit. My dad's here. He says he's doing dishes this time while he's watching the show. Last time it was the Yankees game.
Okay.
Or was that 2 weeks ago? Doesn't matter. Welcome into the chat. We are live, so you can chat along with us on the YouTube channel. That's Luke and Naomi on air on YouTube. And just type that in, you'll find us. You should be following us by now if you're not.
Hopefully.
If you are listening on audio, don't forget you can always jump back in on Facebook or Instagram or on the YouTube actual episode itself if you want to drop your comments and answers or just holler at us a little bit if you'd like to do that. We've got Labyrinth this week. The Goblin King himself makes an appearance on the podcast. I'm Luke Austin. That's Naomi Lynn. I've seen a ton of movies, including Labyrinth, but not in a long time. A long time.
Did it bring back memories for you?
A little bit, yeah. It was kind of
Figured it
weird
would.
watching this one because it's been so long. But I've seen a lot of movies. Naomi Lynn is catching up.
Working on it.
So if you've seen Labyrinth, you get to relive your first watch through Naomi's eyes. If you've never seen it either, should you watch Labyrinth?
I'll let you know.
She's going to let us know later on in just a little bit. But first thing, it's a new feature on the show. We've got to find out what Naomi thinks Labyrinth is going to be all about, was going to be all about. A blind Under a Rock preview from Naomi Lynn for Labyrinth. What do you got?
So we had this movie at home growing up. I remember the
Just
VHS
like Broken Arrow,
tape.
right? Yeah.
Yes, exactly. I don't know the movie, but I have a feeling watching this, like, I'm going to know a couple of things.
All right.
Like, it had to have been on at some point, and little me at 2 or 4 or 6 or whatever is probably going to notice some things.
Right.
At least that's what I think is going to happen.
You have
here.
to. I mean, you had older siblings, and I
Right.
had older cousins and stuff, and that's where Labyrinth came into play with me. So
Right. So I have a feeling I'm going to have these moments where I'm like, hey, I know what this is, or hey, I remembered watching this, or at least like, hey, this is really familiar here.
all right.
As for what the movie is about, I'm pretty sure David Bowie is in it, which, yeah,
Okay.
I realized that right off the bat there. So that
Pretty
was
sure
good.
that's how Under a Rock Naomi is pretty sure
Well,
David Bowie is.
I couldn't say I was 100% sure.
Had the VHS growing up, pretty sure David Bowie was in it.
Yeah, I remembered the hair, and I was like,
Is that David
was
Bowie or
David
Tina
Bowie?
Turner? I don't know.
It's tough to tell sometimes. So pretty sure David Bowie's in it. I'm guessing it's some kids that get lost in a maze, a labyrinth, of course.
Of course.
And they have to try to escape. Maybe David Bowie is the bad guy trying to keep the kids in the maze. I know there's like Muppets in this, so maybe the Muppets help the kids get through the maze. That's my guess. And I mean, it's a like kids movie, so there's not going to be much meat and potatoes to it.
Kids movie from the 80s. So
Yeah, so I would assume that the kids are going to be shot at or tried to be murdered, basically, because in the 80s movies,
that is something.
that's what they did.
That is a
Yeah.
thing from the 80s movies. And like, every time we're watching an older movie now and it happens, I have to point it out. It's
Yeah.
just like, look,
Because
see?
it's crazy. Because in the 90s, you couldn't do that anymore. No. We're not going to kill the kids. We're going to get them.
I think of like late in the 90s into the 2000s, like Frankie Muniz when he did Agent Cody Banks and stuff like that. Or not even that one. It was like Big Fat Liar or something like that.
Okay.
Where it was like this adults chasing them. And like, what's he going to do if he catches them?
Nothing.
I mean, you take the guns away. you got no antagonist.
He's going to spank them.
It's crazy.
You've been a bad kid.
But yeah, that is definitely a trope of 80s movies that we've discovered over the years is kids in absolute peril, including being fired upon, which not a disappointment in Labyrinth, is it?
No.
So, all right, we got our Labyrinth Under a Rock review coming up in just a little bit. That's what Naomi thought it was going to be. We'll find out how that lines up. It is a Monday, so we want to know your Monday love-hate list. We had a pretty solid weekend without even really doing too much. So that was pretty good. What was your love-hate list for the weekend?
Loved Beer Club. Got together with some friends. It's been a little while. nice to catch up
Absolutely.
and sample some beers, which is always nice.
Beer Club was one of the reasons we ended up watching Labyrinth. We got a bunch of Beer Club members talking about the show and what movies Naomi has and hasn't seen.
Yeah, that is where it came from.
Labyrinth
That's
came
right.
up. I think the idea of puppets being in the movie, some Muppet, and Jim Henson, he's all over this. So he directed it, I believe.
Yeah.
So, I think that pushed us over the edge to watching Labyrinth this week. I'm going to call it Willow at least once.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, if you remember these movies, you could probably understand why I might slip and call it Willow. I know that there's not really that much similarity, but it's going to happen.
Okay.
So I just want to put that out there.
That's fair. But yeah, so Beer Club was definitely a love for the weekend. The storms rolling through were a love. They looked pretty scary.
For sure.
Lots of lightning and thunder, but
on the Facebook page, if you see the post I put up this morning for the love-hate lists, there's a screenshot from Instagram from a weather account. Mm-hmm. And the screenshot is from our neighbor's place up the road with a shelf cloud rolling in above it. And we got to sit through all of that.
Yeah. But my big hate for the weekend was our AC went down again.
Oh, yeah.
This summer has been way too hot for AC problems.
Second time this summer.
Second time. Hooey. Toasty. That was the worst night of sleep I've had in a long time.
Same, of course. I can definitely not handle when it's hot overnight, and it was a scorcher for sure.
I think we got it down to 80 degrees in the house.
Maybe, if we were lucky.
But that was rough.
Yeah, before they came and fixed it. It got up to 83, 85, something like that, which is, indoors. That ain't, unless it's wintertime.
Yeah.
You don't want that at all. So, yeah, that's a good hate. Anything else?
No, I think that sums it up pretty good.
All right, I'm going to piggyback on those.
Oh, wait, I almost forgot. You made dinner.
Oh, yeah.
You
that
made
is on my list, too.
Kung Pao chicken.
Kung Pao chicken.
And it was so good.
Really good.
And, me pinching pennies over here. We didn't have to go to the Chinese restaurant and pay for it. So, bam, win-win.
Kung Pao chicken homemade really came out well. I'm super happy with it because, what is it, my third time making it or something like that. Got a good recipe. It came out well. Really like that. That's one of my loves, too, along with Beer Club. And, watching the storms and stuff. We caught up on some Marvel stuff because I saw Spider-Man last night.
That's right. I forgot we did that.
So we ended up watching Thunderbolts. I hadn't seen Thunderbolts. Neither one of us had seen the Thunderbolts, a.k.a. the New Avengers.
That's right.
And that was really cool. And then we went and saw Spider-Man Brand New Day in theaters last night. So
no spoilers over here.
Yeah, no spoilers. It was awesome. I was amped by the end of it. It was actually, I love Tom Holland as Spider-Man. So, that was cool. The Punisher's in it. That's great. The villain was a surprise.
There you go.
Yeah. A big surprise. I mean, maybe not if you hadn't seen it and you watched D23 over the weekend where they revealed the cast of the X-Men and stuff like that. Which, by the way, Adam Driver is going to be Mr. Sinister in the X-Men movie. And, oh, my God, I'm so excited for that. So, that was all some loves from the weekend. Again, I think my hate would be just the air conditioner on the fritz for a little bit, but we got that fixed and up and running.
And the usual hate that the weekends go by way too fast.
Way too fast. Do you like ending the weekend at the movie theater?
I didn't mind it. Yeah, it was kind of
not a bad way.
Kind of nice. Yeah, because it got us out of the house. So I didn't have that sitting around the home going Sunday scaries kind of feeling. Right. So that was nice, dread. but it also wasn't too much. If we're gonna go out mini golfing or something on a Sunday night,
is mini golf a little too much for you on a Sunday night?
Yeah. My energy level on a Sunday night is real low.
Mini golf.
Yeah. We have to drive there, find parking.
Lug those clubs around, walk the course.
They get heavy, that one club. Yeah.
Excellent example. I you go mini golfing. This is terrible.
Well, I also was thinking, you go out to eat on a Sunday night and then you eat too much and it's supposed to be relaxing. And then, it's just a terrible way to wrap up your Sunday. So I was trying to think of something along those lines. So mini golf. Maybe I overdo it. Mini golfing.
Maybe bowling. Because I know how you get bowling.
That makes sense, yeah.
No bowling on a Sunday night. But I think we can handle mini golf on a Sunday
Probably could.
Excellent. All right, that's the love-hate list. Feel free to drop yours in the chat if you're listening on audio. After the fact, you can go back and drop yours on the post on Facebook or Instagram. And we had Paul on Facebook talking about, he said that love from his weekend is taking his son to see the Paw Patrol movie in theaters.
Aw,
and getting to see him react to the big screen and the characters up there. He said his hate for the weekend was taking his son to see the Paw Patrol movie in theaters.
That's fantastic.
I totally understand.
Yep.
So excellent. So that's some love hates from the weekend. A pretty good weekend, all in all, for us, I think. Don't forget, we are on all of the socials. So whichever way you choose to
get your content,
do the social media thing: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. We got the YouTube Shorts going on and all of that stuff. And now on Letterboxd.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was like, wait a minute, something else too?
If are super into movies, we were talking about it at Beer Club on Friday, and had a couple people, sign up for it right away. And if you really are into the movies and reviews and all of that stuff, Letterboxd is pretty cool. You can check us out there. It's at Luke and Naomi, just like everything else. And we've got our reviews going up slowly, but our watch list is there. And we ended up having one of the guys pull up the watch list, and we started going through that on Friday. So it's it's a pretty solid little list. You can check that out and make all the suggestions you want if we haven't seen something, if Naomi hasn't seen something, or me, honestly.
Yeah, we've got one you got to watch.
We have several I've got to watch. Like I was saying this on a recent episode. There's a bunch that I haven't. I'm a TV guy more than movies. I've seen a lot of movies.
Yeah,
but there's a good handful on our to watch list that I haven't seen. So
Conspiracy Theory is still so high up there for me.
That's a straight just me movie.
Yeah.
You've seen that one.
A bunch of times. Used to quote it all the time.
Somehow,
and I haven't watched
Conspiracy Theory made its way under the rock.
Yeah.
You just want to watch Conspiracy Theory. That's all.
I do. Yes.
Okay. So I'll be reviewing that one sooner or later.
Shortly.
Sooner rather than later. All right. Sounds good. So yeah, don't forget to check us out everywhere and drop those comments. Keep everything going. If you're watching on YouTube right now, if you're watching on YouTube right now, whether it's live or not, hit that like button at the bottom of the screen for us. Definitely helps us out. We really appreciate that. Subscribe too, if you would. Now it's time to move on to that recurrent dose of Did You Know? I've got some random facts for episode 151. Are you ready?
Yeah, I think so.
Think so? Did you know 77% of people preferred instant coffee over drip coffee in a blind taste test?
Bullshit.
Yeah, I know, right? It says, to be fair, they used fancy instant coffee like, I don't even know, something I've never heard of. Lily Intenso Bold Roast or something. Not the Maxwell House that's been sitting in somebody's cupboard for 14 years.
Yeah.
Seinfeld's cupboard. Did you know there have been 12 presidents who were fluent in Latin? That makes the most common second language for presidents. Greek would be the next most popular with 8 presidents, but it's not as prevalent now. Of course, the last president to be fluent in another language was FDR, who was fluent in French and German. How about that?
Interesting.
I feel like, higher level politicians should know some other languages, don't you think?
I think everyone should know another language.
We all should, yes.
We should at least know one other language.
Definitely, yeah. Definitely. Did you know the first chocolate bar was made in 1847?
Nope, didn't know that.
Yeah, up to that point, chocolate was just a drink.
No.
Yes.
Really?
That's the thing. That's what they did with chocolate. They melted it, crock pot or something. Something like that, right? I don't know, no information here, if they threw marshmallows in it then or not. I feel like it was a cold drink at one point or something. I don't know.
Weird.
But yeah, up until 1847, it was just a drink. No chocolate bars, no Hershey's Kisses, no M&Ms.
I don't believe it.
No peanut M&Ms.
I don't believe M&Ms. Like half of your did you know?
Yeah, I don't really vet these too crazily, so feel free to look them up and let me know. Did you know Polaris, the North Star, is not the brightest star in the sky?
Isn't the sun?
No. Well, technically. But in the night sky, Polaris is the 49th. 49th brightest. Going back to the languages, Pig Latin does not count, especially for presidents.
Okay.
From the chat.
Oh, okay.
My dad. That's what I grew up learning. It was Pig Latin.
Yeah.
Not any good ones. Not real Latin, not Spanish,
Yeah,
not
but
French,
you
not German.
can like figure things out fast. If somebody's like speaking pig Latin, I can't figure it out.
Well, yeah, that's because my dad used to call me.
Because you know.
He used to call me a crybaby in pig Latin when I was real little. Then when I got old enough to figure it out, I was like, hey,
You were calling
What
me
the hell?
names. Yeah, I feel really dumb when people do it because I know how it's supposed to work, but when people, I
Still-
just can't do it.
no practice. That's all.
Yeah.
Just practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
Actus pray, ex me, perfect pay. There you go. Did you know veggie burgers finally
Are
were
gross.
Yes, were but also invented roughly the same time as the hamburger. There are veggie and hamburger recipes that show up in cookbooks from the late 1800s.
Just a couple years after the chocolate bar.
Just a couple years. Just a couple. Yeah. So veggie burgers, chocolate bars, all got invented
Hamburgers.
around the same time. Hamburgers must have been a glorious time, except for all the wool underwear.
That's right.
You know,
Itchy.
people romanticize those times, the TV shows and all that stuff. But
I
the
don't want to
undergarments.
die at 20.
Also, that yes, the undergarments and the life expectancy.
Oh, we didn't have the internet, but we also didn't have modern healthcare.
That's right. So we were noticing. Oh wait, we got to do this whole thing.
Yeah.
It's time for some of that. Hold on.
You are
Hold on.
way
ahead.
of
Yeah,
yourself.
I clicked off the screen, and that is the problem. So
You never even wrapped up.
I didn't even wrap it up. Yes, that is your recurrent dose of Did You Know? Some random facts for episode 151. 151, by the way. We are rapidly approaching 25 live episodes.
Nice.
We'll celebrate
Look at us
around
go.
32. Something like that. That is the recurrent dose of Did You Know? Now it is time for a little segment that we like to call Breakfast for Dinner.
Breakfast food can serve many purposes.
That's right, it can, as can our nonsense content, where we used to do it on our morning show when we were in New Mexico, and now we do it on our live podcast in the evening. Hence the term Breakfast for Dinner. So we were talking about this recently. The last couple of weeks, at least around the Wilmington area, have seemed like everybody's a little on edge. A little grumpy, dog days of summer, whatever you want to call it.
Everyone's in a bad mood. Pissy.
Yeah, a little bit, right? And
Everywhere.
we were kind of talking about it. We saw a meme somewhere that said, you know, August is the Sunday of summer.
Yes.
And that hits. I've always said, I never put it quite so eloquently,
Yeah, that's beautiful.
but I have really always said, you know, August it is the Sunday of summer.
Yeah.
It just always that bummer. Even after school, after high school, after college, it still is like, man, I
You know-
love football, but I really, really like going to the beach.
And it never hit me so hard until somebody put it as
The Sunday of
August
summer.
is the Sunday of summer.
Yeah, so-
and then it was like, oh my gosh, it is.
So then I came across this thing. And again, you've noticed recently people being cranky out there. We both have. Officially about 6 weeks left of summer. Back to school season is coming on strong, especially here in the South. It's crazy. They started school, like a couple of places started like 2 weeks ago, and that just drives me nuts.
Yeah. Absolutely
Crazy. But according to a report, 23% of Americans are sad because they do not feel like they made the most of their summer. 9% say summer's gotten away from them, possibly because they weren't able to get away. So as we were talking about this the other day, I was saying, I wonder if it's because everybody's used up most of their vacation time now. Everybody goes around beginning of summer, 4th of July, you take that time off. Sometimes it's the last of your time off. Sometimes you're saving what little you have left for the holidays.
Yep.
And so once like the second week of August rolls around, it is just my vacation's over. I have to work. It's too damn hot out. The kids are going back to school, so
The
they're
next
bummed.
day off I get is Labor Day if I get that day off.
If you get Labor Day weekend off, and then there's just like a couple of Mondays here and there, which is nice, but still. It's so I was wondering, maybe that's the thing. And it seems like it's at least a correlation, which makes me feel very smart. I want to take a lap on that a little bit.
You
So
can take a lap. That's fair.
I like it, though. 61% of Americans haven't taken a summer vacation this year, though. So the whole thing about the vacations being over, kind of out the window there. 59% say they haven't had enough vacation time this summer. So there's that. That kind of backs up what I was saying.
Yeah.
Still time, though. 21% of people are hoping to fit in one more trip before summer ends. We know a couple of people who are doing that.
Yeah.
And even if they do it last minute, 43% of people say they've booked a vacation within 2 weeks of leaving. So that's not that crazy to take a vacation this summer. Within 2 weeks of taking the vacation, they booked it.
Oh, okay.
It took me a second to get
Yeah,
that.
I didn't understand that either. I was
Yeah.
hoping that
It's
you
written
would.
oddly, but
Yeah.
the most popular last-minute trip is, of course, the beach. So we catch that. Our local summer starts later and later after Labor Day around here. So yeah, the beach last minute. National parks are second, followed by an urban getaway to like a major city or even a tropical destination. The biggest hurdle is just setting things into motion, which is not a surprise for anybody.
Really? My biggest hurdle is the money and the time off.
Well, yeah, that
I can
setting things
figure
into
out-
motion. You need the cash and the time off to do that. So
I can
yeah.
figure out the rest of it. I'll book anything on a whim.
Well, speaking of money and not being happy, came across this story. We've talked about this, so it's not a surprise to you. And I forgot to show you the video before we
That's
started.
okay. Then I know what you're talking about.
But I will explain it. We've constantly talked about we don't like the tips. Well, we don't like the tips at the kiosk. I've said multiple times on the show, if I'm placing my order standing up at a counter and I have to wait for my food myself, I'm not giving you a tip.
Right.
Like we never did that before. There's no reason to start it now.
No.
You know, people can pay your employees a little bit, whatever. But there's
Well, we do tip.
we do tip, yes.
We
When
do
we go
tip.
to places where you're supposed to tip, we tip. But
Yeah.
not if I'm going to a restaurant where they don't even send anybody to the counter anymore and you have to order from a kiosk, which, by the
Right.
way, I went into a fast food restaurant recently and I didn't know that was a thing, and it blew my mind.
Yeah,
They
you
don't
just-
even look at you.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that?
But also, hey, leave the tip.
Yeah. And then so you go through the kiosk and then it's like, do you want to add a tip? No, I don't. They
I
wouldn't
did
even
all
look
the
at
work
me.
myself.
And then I have to stand there like a zombie waiting for food. It's insane.
Yeah.
It's insane. So when
Crazy
I
times.
heard this story, I thought I'd get us both a little bit more fired up. Also,
I already know where this is going.
I've never been to Shake Shack, and now I never will. So here's what's happened, and don't know if this is 100% legit or what, but there is video. Now I know AI is out there and stuff, but
True.
we'll get to it. Okay. A viral TikTok, of course it's viral. We found out about it. A couple shows how a Shake Shack appears to charge more for menu items if you decide not to tip. And in the video, this is insane because, well, first I'll start here. They order from their own kiosk. Of course, there's not somebody taking their order, which is, I'm not tipping you right there. 3 shakes, which range in price from $6 to $6.50, depending on what's in them or what have you.
Yeah.
They go to checkout and ask how much you want to tip. 15%, 18, 20. I think there's a custom option, or no tip. So in the video, they select no tip. And a pop-up appears that says, uh-oh, there has been a pricing update to one or more of your cart items. They go back and see that all shakes are now 50 cents more each. Are you following this?
Yeah, I assumed that it was just gonna change, not have like a pop-up show up blatantly saying what they did.
Yeah, there has been a price.
I would want to
pricing
test
update.
this out for myself. Like, I want to go find a Shake Shack, go through the whole thing, and then once that number goes higher, go, okay, never mind, I don't want anything.
I mean, I would immediately leave.
Yeah.
We're talking about a difference of $1.50 for the whole order, but I don't care. That is so crazy.
Yeah.
That is just absolutely crazy. Also, nobody will look at you to take your order.
Yeah.
There's not even a clown mouth you get to talk into. It's just a tablet. That's so crazy to me. Naturally, people are fuming just like us in the comments and all of that stuff. It went crazy.
But I want
It's
to
blown
know,
up.
like, I want to see it for myself, not the video. Like, I want to do this for myself.
Right. Well, it's not going to happen because I'm not even ever going to, like, Shake Shack
know
has
where there is one.
lost any interest from me just because if this is a thing, I'm not setting foot in that door.
Yeah.
It's just not happening. And we don't eat that much fast food as it is, so I'm not going out of my way to find a Shake Shack either.
Fair.
I know they've just expanded to the East Coast and stuff like that. They are, I believe, a California, West Coast thing,
Okay.
not like In-N-Out Burger, right? So this video's gone so viral that even my dad has seen it in the chat. He's telling us he saw that video.
Okay, nice.
Yes, it's crazy. So, everybody's asking, are these updates directly related to the tipping? What would happen if they did tip? What if they would just tip like 1 cent in the custom
Right.
tip, 1 cent each, something like that? Was this some weird software glitch? People are wondering, was it intentional? If it's legit, is it legal?
Right.
Because that's crazy. So if you're just jumping in the chat, Shake Shack being accused of jacking up the price of things if you don't tip.
Yeah.
And it's just insane. Wasn't in a standalone location. And the company is implying that the issue is an isolated problem. Shake Shack commented, quote, "Thank you for bringing this to our attention. This is not a Shake Shack policy." Oh, you don't say. And we are currently looking into it with our licensee. And then called out the people who own that branch, that franchise. HMS host that operates this Salt Lake City airport location. Like, so, you know, this wasn't us. It was Mike. You know what I mean? Like,
although I don't blame them for that, though.
I mean, they got to cover their ass.
Exactly. And if this was something that, hey, somebody, you know, bought the franchise and whatever, like, this incident can cost them so much business. I mean, look at what you just said.
Yeah.
You'll never step foot in one, and
Right.
you don't even know.
Don't care.
You don't even know.
Yes, that is the problem with, you know, the whole, like, a lie gets all the way around the world before the truth can get its pants
Yeah.
on, right?
Yes.
So, but, I mean, there you go. Right there. Again, to be fair to Shake Shack, I ain't eating fast food anywhere, really, anymore.
Right.
So, yeah. But
Except
if
Taco Bell. Sorry, Shake Shack.
Yeah, that's about it. But if I see a Shake Shack, I'm going to be like, oh, I'm not going there for sure.
Right,
Extra.
right. So I do understand them calling out that specific franchise, because I would freaking do it too.
Yeah.
I would. Because if it is, like, I don't know. It's just scummy.
So some
It's
people,
just scummy.
it is. It's grimy as hell.
Yeah.
Some people say Shake Shack should get the benefit of the doubt, and I think those are like the brand loving weirdos, fast casual. It doesn't matter. I'm still not eating there. From the chat, the brand loving weirdos that are all about gas stations are the people who are probably sticking up for Shake Shack. Oh, Wawa or Sheetz or Buc-ee's or whatever. And I love my Shake Shack too. Don't you dare. I'll pay the 50 cents or some nonsense like that. Other people, of course, have their doubts about Shake Shack not being aware of this happening.
Right, right.
Shake Shack founder Danny Meyer has been outspoken over the years about tipping culture going too far. Right? So Shake Shack even abolished tipping for a bit, but allowed it again a few years later. It's hard to change that culture in the U.S. It just is.
Right.
But even as recently as a couple of years ago, 2023, Danny said that customers should not feel obligated to tip for a simple order and that he was fine with anyone choosing to tip zero. So would be weird for them to strong-arm tipping like this.
Right.
So who is running HMS Host? Which I don't like the name of that anyway.
I don't know. Franchises can have some really weird names.
They
I'm
really
starting
can.
to notice that.
So the founder of the company's kind of against it. That makes me lean a little bit more towards, all right, maybe this is a standalone issue. Who's that guy? Don't buy anything from that guy.
There you go.
Also,
Like,
going to
I
Shake
feel
Shack.
like, again, grimy and possibly illegal.
I wonder...
Like, can you do that? I mean, I know, again, big companies have everything written in where basically while you give that dollar bill, they can do whatever they want.
If you die on the premises, we get your estate.
Yeah, it's written in there. You just didn't know when you signed the contract of giving them the dollar bill for your French fries.
But it is absolutely crazy. And I mean, there's also the caveat of I don't really believe anything on the internet anymore. And there's human beings in the video, but even as the hand comes up to the screen, it's like, is that a real hand? That was my first, you know what I mean? So this could be completely faked. It could be a standalone location, or Shake Shack could just be grimy as hell behind the scenes.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
You know what I know, though? Not going to Shake Shack.
There you go.
Can't, but also not going to Shake Shack.
We have lots of other places to try.
Not go to. Lots of other fast food joints to avoid. Chick-fil-A.
I meant we just have other options,
That's right. But while we're on that, I said Chick-fil-A because it's terrible. I've had it a bunch of times, and I just don't
It's
like.
overrated.
I don't get it.
I don't understand
It's
it
more of
either.
these people who are just all about like gas stations.
I don't know.
Got to go to Mount Wawa. Then
Digging at something there?
Then get the Jesus chicken. I'm actually kind of poking fun at one of our buddies who over the weekend was just hilarious about that. But moving on to less infuriating, more confusing food.
Oh.
Love when they do all kinds of different Oreos and candies and all of that stuff, right?
Mashups. Yeah.
Right, the food
I love
mashups.
food mashups.
Yes.
I don't try enough of them, though.
Well, there's a lot of them. Did we just lose the bed there? I think we did. A lot lot of them are like the Japanese ones where you're never going to get a strawberry Kit Kat unless
Right.
you go to Japan or something like that. Yes, Kyle agrees in the chat. Chick-fil-A is super overrated.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, they would bring it in for work, and it's like, all right, it's free. I have the chicken and a little biscuit, kind of little slider thing. I could make better biscuits. I make better biscuits than Chick-fil-A. Just saying it. Putting it out there.
They're cheaper,
I
too.
just do. So, all right, moving on. Oreo and KFC have gotten together. Now, the first thing I thought was, ooh, Oreos, KFC, deep fried Oreos on the menu. Let's go. I can only have about 4 of those for the rest of my life before, heart attack or stroke. But
This is not the way they went, is it?
this is not the way they went.
I don't know. I have a bad feeling about this.
Do you want to take a guess? The look on your face, I think you might even know where this is going.
Is it a Twister flavored Oreo?
No.
Chicken flavored Oreo?
Chicken flavored Oreo. But not even really chicken flavored. Are you ready?
What?
The cookie has the typical Oreo chocolate wafers. It's not
Okay.
fried, but the cream inside is 11 herbs and spices. So, I don't know.
Gross.
I don't know. No actual chicken involved, which, thank God. Hey, we took a piece of chicken and just slid it in between the cream and the chocolate.
So I'm trying to have an open mind here.
All right.
Because
One of us has to.
Like chicken and like waffles, you have syrup and that's sweet. So okay,
Yeah, sure.
that goes together.
All right.
But it's not chocolate. Chicken and chocolate.
Now, we've had chicken and chocolate together, along with peanut butter and bacon
Yeah,
and
but
marshmallow.
there was 800 things going on there, and alcohol was involved.
That's right. If you're new to the
So-
show, one time Naomi made the greatest s'more ever. It was bacon-wrapped brown sugar chicken on the graham cracker, of course, with marshmallow and a Reese's peanut butter cup. It was amazing.
It was really good, but
I would have those again.
actually, a couple drinks
It
in.
was 8
so-
hours into a camping evening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would try that again, yes. But again, just chicken and chocolate. I don't.
You don't want the 11 herbs and spices. What if it was 7?
No.
All right, 11 herbs and spices. I don't know if this would be good or not. Now, sadly, of course, we cannot get them in the U.S. Not sure why. For some reason, it's only available in China right now, not even Japan. It's part of Oreo's Playful Time Travel collection.
Time travel?
I guess. I don't know what KFC has to do with time travel. If they were going to do time travel in KFC, they should call it Kentucky Fried Chicken.
I don't know.
I mean, yeah. My dad in the chat, he says they should mash up the chicken and put.
Oh!
That just makes me think of when I worked in the nursing home in the kitchen and how they would just, all
I don't
the
like
food
where
was
this is
blended
going.
together.
No.
Yeah, no.
Don't like where any of this
Excellent
is going.
visual there, Pop. I appreciate that. That's great. Yeah, if they were going to go retro, they should call it Kentucky Fried Chicken instead of KFC. But that's it. They also have a retro popcorn flavored Oreo.
Well, I guess you can have chocolate drizzled on popcorn and that is tasty. So I guess that worked. But I don't know. I feel like those are strong flavors to have together. And why not just have an Oreo that's a frickin' Oreo?
I know all the things in the chat. Dan says pour gravy over the the mashed. No, dude, no. And Filthy Kyle says I was thinking Oreos crumbled for the breading, which actually sounds wonderful.
I would give that a try.
I mean,
would.
that at least there's some optimism behind
Yeah.
that, and hey, that might work.
But having the cream be like chicken flavored.
What's the worst possible way we could combine Oreos and Kentucky Fried Chicken?
I know.
But wait, you got to keep the cookies, the chocolate cookies.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah. All right. So there you go. At least we don't have to worry about trying, because if I could get them down the street,
We would. It's one of
have to
those
try
things where
these.
it's like, okay, we kind of have to buy this,
But it's
even
kinda
at $8 a bag. Like,
yeah, we're let off the
we
hook
need
with this
to.
one. We're let off the hook with this one. I'm not even worried about the price. It's just yikes. I don't want to. What do I do with the rest of them?
I was gonna say feed them to the birds, but they're not gonna want them either.
We had the Selena Gomez cinnamon Oreos at the station
Yeah.
a couple of years ago, and nobody wanted them. Like, so if they don't want the cinnamon Oreos, I don't think the 11 herbs and spices are going to do any good there. They might help in the next story, though. It's our last breakfast for dinner story. It's gross. I just wanted to warn everybody. It is the crazy hypothetical that I put in the description of the story. You really, really got to suspend your whatever belief or reality or, don't take this one too seriously, okay? I don't know if it says more about the internet or the economy. I stole that line right from the thing because it works really well. But it's one of those hypothetical money-making things, right? Would you spend 30 seconds a day in the ocean for 5 years at a random spot for $1 billion? Would you... What were the other ones we've had? We've had some crazy ones over the last few
There's a lot of those. And they're
episodes
fun
of the show.
to guess what you would do, especially when money is on the line.
All right, so don't answer this one until I get a couple minutes. You can react, but don't give me your answer to this one until we get a couple of seconds into this here, okay? A random poll online asked, and again, I don't make this shit up. I just steal it from the internet because I don't have a mind that is this insane. Would you drink your significant other's bathwater for $1,000? And in the poll, 81% of people said, yeah, the thought going through your head right now, I can see the $1,000 really outweighing the gross. I can see it on your face. I mean, I know you that well. Well, it's $1,000. 81% of people started leaning that way. Now,
how long have you been soaking in the tub?
we're going to get there. There's some rules to this one, right? You don't have to worry about dirt from outside. Your partner bathes or showers normally to rinse off. Then they lay in a tub of warm water for 20 minutes. You have to drink a liter of that to get the cash. A liter is just like 2 pints. And so, I mean, if you can chug a pint of water or beer, how much water? A liter of water, a liter of cola. A liter of people cola. That's
So here's my thought here.
all right. There's more to this as well, I think so.
No. Then you continue.
All right, you have to drink a liter of the soup to get the cash.
Okay.
All right, Filthy's in the chat. He says $1,000 doesn't seem enough.
Yes. Thank you.
But for like the whole, they rinse off, they clean off first, then just get in the water.
But this is a stupid hypothetical and a lot of work involved for just $1,000.
Shout out to Jack Spade and Modern Rock 98.7 here in Wilmington for this, by the way. He talked about this on air like yesterday or today, and I was like, I'm stealing this for the podcast because
Fantastic.
I couldn't wait to ask you. You've met me. You doing it? I'm a hairy dude. I just want to put that out there.
And $1,000 just doesn't seem like a lot of
Can
money.
you use a strainer? Can you filter it? No, you probably can't filter it.
But I could use $1,000 right now.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
I mean, who couldn't, right? $1,000.
And I mean, it's just warm water, and I mean, it's just you, and you're clean. You took a shower.
You really
But
like money.
$1,000 is not a lot.
They didn't time people on their responses, so it's not like people were like, oh, most definitely and stuff like that. Like, let me answer right now, and most people probably like us had some weird discussion about it and then answered the question, which is how you ended up with 81% of the poll saying they would do it. I'm not sure I would. I'm here for the ocean every day for 30 seconds for 5 years in a random spot, and I'm like, yeah, I'll do that. But this is just like, that's bleeping weird.
It is weird.
It is
but
weird.
I could use $1,000.
Well, maybe we get 2,000. Again, I could chug a pint of water pretty fast. There's just 2 of them over there.
You'll be fine. You can handle this.
Oh my God,
I'm not that dirty.
You're a clean person, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, we're getting too close to innuendo in this.
I figured that's where this was going to end up going, but not on my side. That was going to be your problem.
Broke down the responses. I'm just trying to steamroll through that. Broke down the responses based on whether the significant other was male or female, and both were similar.
Yeah.
Which we're seeming to find out right here. People were slightly more likely to say yes if their partner was female than male. And again, I think that's probably the hairiness comes into play there. A couple other clarifications here on this one. Someone asked if they could put the water in the fridge first.
Because it's warm.
I didn't read that. I hadn't pre-read
That's pretty
that.
good.
That's great. And that is allowed. But you can't add anything to it, even ice. Listen, I can chug a glass of warm water far faster than... So, I mean, we're talking $1,000 in, like, less than a minute. So...
And I've only been soaking in there for 20 minutes. It's fine.
But apparently people aren't into that either. Someone asked if they could spread it out over a day rather than downing the whole liter. It's just a liter. And that is allowed too. You'd have 8 hours. So what did they used to call the, what did we call that where you did a shot every power hour? You remember?
Wouldn't you just want to get this over with,
I
though?
absolutely
Instead
would.
of knowing that glass is sitting there waiting for you with some hairs in it. Drink me so you can get that $1,000.
All I can think of is this.
Nope, put it back in the glass.
That's right.
You also have to eat that.
Oh, man. And then someone else went even farther and said, is this just a one-time thing, or is there a way to get recurring checks for doing this repeatedly?
When we were talking earlier that $1,000 wasn't a lot, you had mentioned that a liter isn't a lot. And that was my thought. Well, could I do it multiple times and get like $5,000 out of this deal?
Rack this up like challenges in a video game? Someone else said they're single, but they do it. Right?
That's a dangerous game there.
Yeah. So honestly, it's I said $1,000 and your face went, well, hold on.
I had to think about it. Again, could use $1,000. Although that seems like a lot of work for $1,000.
It does, right?
But if I could do that once a week, then I wouldn't have to work anymore.
Let's clarify what the work on this is. Is it drinking a liter of water, or is it doing the cleaning, then getting in the tub and waiting 20 minutes?
Yeah,
That's
whole
the
thing.
work
It's
part.
a whole ordeal.
That's
you
the
know?
work part. That's, yeah.
But if I did that every single Sunday, $52,000. All right.
I mean, okay.
And I get my water intake.
Yeah, that's right. I did not think this was going to go that way.
Hey, did they answer whether you could keep doing this? You mentioned the things that they could put the water in the fridge.
No,
but,
apparently the quiz master who put this out didn't get back to that question, I guess. So
they're like, no, you ruined this.
Who comes up with these things? That's
I don't know.
amazing. All right, that is going to do it for Breakfast for Dinner. One of the more insane hypotheticals we've had going on around here.
Breakfast food can serve many purposes.
It certainly
Not a
can.
bad way to earn a living, you know?
I think the question...
Drink a liter of water once a week.
I work for 10 minutes once a week. I'm not
This
a millionaire.
is starting to sound like not a bad idea.
Kyle said that's why the single people who say they'll do it are single, because...
Yes.
Yes, of course. We know.
Yeah.
We've met those guys, right? So, all right. That is Breakfast for Dinner. Some nonsense that we have. It's a little bit of throwback to the morning show.
A lot of nonsense.
Don't forget, you can weigh in on this after the fact. If you're listening to this on audio on the podcast, let us know what you think of the bathwater hypothetical, as it shall now be ever known. Speaking of breakfast for dinner, is this a breakfast food or is this a lunch? Are you pairing it with a meal?
No, I don't think anything else is going in the stomach, and I'm not going to be thinking about food afterwards.
No oatmeal with your bathwater? Jesus.
No, that's
All right,
disgusting.
all right. Let's
You should have stopped like 15 minutes ago.
Hey, I steered clear of most of the innuendos, so I'm pretty proud of myself with that one.
Okay.
All right, let's get into our weirdest transition I think ever done, but it is time for Naomi's Under a Rock review of Labyrinth. I didn't call it Willow.
Good job.
I really
I forgot that you might do that.
I still have this weird thing that I'm going to call it Willow, and just if you know,
I don't
you
know
know.
what
I
the
don't
hell Willow is, so I'm
I know.
really confused.
It's on the list, but it's going to be a minute because
But it's something like Labyrinth,
I
apparently.
I think it's wrong to say that they're like each other, but they're I don't know. Maybe the chat can help me out with that one. I'll get back to you if they answer that question. All right. Labyrinth, 1980, whenever.
The 80s.
The 80s.
That's fair.
86. So I was talking about this when you did your preview. I saw this when I think pre 10 years old, and I've never seen it again.
Oh, okay.
It's been one of those like, oh yeah, Labyrinth. I haven't watched that forever, and then just never watched it again.
happened.
So this is a lot of fun. So take it away.
All right. So we start with Sarah, typical teenager, very dramatic. She's mad that her stepmom is asking her to babysit, and again, she is so overly dramatic about it. It's,
I mean, kind of right there on par with a teenager, right?
yeah,
Especially
absolutely.
at that age.
Yeah. So stepmom and dad leave to have a night out. Baby is crying, and Sarah is starting to tell this crazy story about how she can say the words and the Goblin King will take away the baby. So I'm guessing that's what's going to happen here. She's going to say those words, whatever.
Pretty solid foreshadowing.
Yeah. The kid is going to go missing, and then she'll have to find him, and then the adventures will take her through the labyrinth, and she'll have to get the baby back before the parents come home at midnight. Wow. Can you believe that?
Wow.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Also, Jim Henson did a lot. Henson, did a lot of work in this movie, so apparently there's going to be a lot more Muppets and characters than I realized there.
He wrote
Muppets, puppets. They're Muppets, right?
If Jim Henson's involved, you can call it a Muppet.
Okay, because I called them all Muppets.
They're Muppets.
Okay.
I mean,
fair.
did they roll around on the street? No, but they're Jim Henson creations. They are Muppets.
So it's fine.
He was one of the writers on this as well as the director.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's what happened. She says the words, and as she leaves the room, the baby stops crying. He's gone. The Goblin King, which is David Bowie, so that's kind of cool, has taken her brother and tells her that she's got 13 hours to solve the maze, the labyrinth, or else her baby brother becomes one of them. A goblin, I guess.
A Muppet.
Okay.
I'd be like, yeah, make my brother a Muppet. That'd be awesome.
I mean, he wouldn't stop crying anyways, and you wanted him gone. You got what you wanted here.
I couldn't remember if the kid stopped crying at all in the movie. Honestly, couldn't remember.
There's like 2 moments where the baby isn't crying.
Yeah,
but the rest of the time, that baby is crying. Probably because his name is Toby.
I didn't write this down for the behind the scenes look after the movie, but they called the kid Toby in the movie because his real name is Toby, and he wouldn't answer to a stage name.
That's funny.
So yeah, it was like screw it.
They had to go with
Toby.
it. Yep. All right, so let's see what fun lies in this labyrinth here. So she heads in, but it just keeps going straight. There are no turns, it's just straight. So she gets frustrated after a while, sits down next to the wall, and we meet this cute little worm that invites her in for a cup of tea, but she declines. He tells her that things aren't what they seem here, and then advises her to walk through a wall, which she does, and now she's found a different path in this maze. I really like this worm. He's really cute. Like, I hope we get more of this worm.
I really like this worm. That's great.
It's the cutest little thing. Anyway, the worm tells her not to take things for granted. Also, another goblin character told her that same thing already. So I'm guessing this is going to be a common theme in this movie.
Yeah, Hoggle told her that, right?
Yep. The lesson she needs to learn, not taking things for granted, all that.
Yep.
All right. So now, Finn, I love
What happened?
autocorrect. So now we have the baby, and it changed Goblin King into Tobin King, and just the baby being named Toby. Just caught me off guard. Sorry.
We have Toby King
squirrel.
going on.
Yeah. So now we have the baby with the Goblin
Sounds like a really
King.
bad country singer's name. Toby King.
Tobin King.
Tobin King, even better. Oh my goodness. That's a real one.
Yep.
It's
And
a
then,
hot dog country singer.
and we've got all the other goblins. They're singing, and I recognize this. This is so familiar. Not the images, but David Bowie talking about the power of the babe.
Oh yeah.
And now it's escaping me, but the who do, you do, what? Remind me of the babe, or whatever. You know, that whole like.
So that was familiar to you.
Yes, very familiar. Yeah. Like, I'm pretty sure my sister and one of her close friends used to say that all the time.
Awesome.
And just that whole part. And like, it was familiar, like David Bowie's voice in that. So I'm wondering if that was like playing before. Yeah.
I like it. If you missed it at the beginning, Naomi's Under a Rock preview, she said she was hoping something was going to jump out and be familiar from back in the day, because It was in the house and watched all the time, but you never watched it.
Yeah. But this part was. But again, not the images, just the noise
Just
of it.
the sounds,
Yes.
yeah. Well, that sound can trigger those memories, right?
Right. And now we're back to poor Sarah. She's going through this maze. She was leaving marks on the ground with lipstick, like what direction she was heading. But some of these little Muppets started flipping over the tiles.
The tile keepers.
So, yeah, now she's going to get lost. So everything keeps changing on her, too. There was like a dead end behind her, and now it's in front of her, but then it's behind her, and she falls through a hole where some helping hands
That was awesome.
stop her from falling too fast.
That's great, isn't it?
They were weird. It was cool, but uncomfortable at the same time.
You're a little too old for that. You're a little too. You went through the old Me Too era a little bit. That's all I thought. I was like, hey, she's
They're
just a
all
little
grabbing
kid,
her.
man.
Yes.
Watch
No.
your hands, man.
No, it just the visualization of the faces with the
that was
hands
super cool.
was cool.
Love
Again,
that.
but it was so weird. Like my mind just did not like that. Hands and face, no.
That's
just
probably the
no.
uncanny valley phenomenon. But I love how they did each face was kind of different
Yeah.
and done in a different way with the hands. It was so much fun.
It was creepy. It was so creepy.
Yeah.
But
little bit.
also cool. So they ask her which way she wants to continue. Does she want to go down or go back up? Like I said, kind of creepy, but kind of cool. She ends up going down, where she ends up in this hole and is basically stuck.
I don't think I would have gone down.
I think I would have. I mean, that's the way I was heading already, and I already know what's up.
Okay.
And it's a labyrinth. It's a maze, you know?
Yeah, just keep going then, right?
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's when we see Hoggle again. He was this goblin-looking thing. I guess he's a goblin. That led her into the door at the start of the labyrinth. I didn't know if he was a goblin or not.
I mean,
I don't know.
you're not going to offend him. It's okay. He's a goblin Muppet, a guppet. A moblin. I like that better.
I'm not calling it that.
Moblin.
Okay, anyways, Hoggle.
Hoggle the moblin.
Stop. So, again, he's the one who led her to the door at the start of the labyrinth. He appears, says he's going to help her. She offers him some jewelry to take her as far as he can go so that she can get to the Goblin Castle. So he accepts this offer. And as they go out on their adventure, they come to these rocks that are warning them to turn back around and to beware and all of that, which must mean they're on the right path,
Right.
which is great because then they say that right afterwards. So
Yeah.
I was like, okay. Hoggle admits that he's a coward and ends up running away after hearing some roaring in the distance.
Right away.
Yeah. Well, at least he's honest.
I mean,
you know.
yeah.
Yeah. That roaring, that was Beast Ludo.
Ludo. The Ludo Shuffle. That's all I could think of. Oh.
The things that go on in that head.
I mean, you know.
You know what? I don't think I want to drink the bathwater anymore. This might be contagious. All right.
Nailed it.
So Ludo has now joined Sarah as she's trying to get to the castle. He ends up falling through a trapdoor or something. He's gone. Sarah turns around, realizes he's missing, and is calling to him. As she's doing that, Hoggle hears her, decides, hey, I'm not going to be a coward. I'm going to go back and help her. But before he gets to her, the Goblin King shows back up to make sure that he's not helping her.
That's right.
And so he says, no, I'm going to take her back to the beginning of the maze. The best thing, though, every time David Bowie talks to Hoggle, he calls him a different name, like Hogwart or Hogbrain or whatever. Also, David Bowie's pretty mean in this movie.
He is, right? Yeah.
I kind of like it.
You like the evil Bowie, huh?
I do. I
right.
guess I do.
All right.
All right, so then we have this crazy musical number with the Fire Gang.
Oh, yeah.
The Fire Gang.
I forgot what they're called.
Feel they were the Fire Gang.
Yeah, I know. I thought there was another name for him, though. But yeah.
I feel like if I watched this as a child, these characters would have given me nightmares.
I'm sure. I mean, you've seen Return to Oz. You know what the 80s are like.
Yeah.
We all did. We all had the nightmares about the Muppets ripping your head off. And then the Queen with the heads and all. Come on.
Fire Gang. Chilly down, too, is what they say a lot.
Yeah. Chilly
down with the Fire Gang. Now, it's just odd. I mean, it's a kid's movie from the 80s. And David Bowie is a Goblin King. So honestly, it's not the weirdest thing, but it's up there.
I mean, again, you've seen Return to Oz.
Yeah.
That's got to be weirder than this, right?
Yes.
Or is this a little... No, this is...
No, because this has like a magical feel to it.
Yes.
Like it honestly reminds me a little bit of Alice in Wonderland.
Yes.
It's like the 80s dark Muppet take on Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, a little bit. That's great. Yeah.
Return to Oz is its
Is
own
literally
character.
the 80s dark take on The Wizard of Oz.
No. No, it's worse than that.
I will always advocate for Return to Oz. It's just, it was so terrifying as a kid, and then watching it as an adult was like, this is insane.
Yeah. You are the definition of the misery loves company.
Oh,
I
yeah.
suffered through that, so now everybody has
How
to
many
suffer
other...
through
There
that.
was people, and we just
this-
talked about this, but...
This isn't a movie I think you suffer through.
No, definitely not.
Return to Oz, that's a suffer through movie. All right. So,
Paul says Dark Crystal says hello. You don't know that either.
I
do you?
don't know that.
Oh, man. I do believe that might be on the list somewhere, too. And Kyle says this is weirder than Return to Oz. Yes, well, Kyle's a Return to Oz proponent. He's with me. So Paul, absolutely not. He said that's just worse, not weirder. Kyle, meet Paul. Paul, Kyle.
There you go. Yes. They're two different categories. They really are.
I mean,
This is
80s
more-
movies where kids are in danger. Is there really...
Two different categories.
All right.
All right. So we end up at this stinky bog, which is probably like the worst thing in the entire movie. They run into Ludo again, and they pick up another friend. So the bog is gross. It like burps. It farts. It's just stupid. Like it's
The
not
noises
neat.
are just insane.
It's
It might be the
awful.
reason that the movie never replayed in my house, because my dad probably just hated that scene.
That whole scene was garbage, and just again, I don't need a bog making those kind of noises.
Yeah.
They make it through that area. I'm not going to go into details. Everyone is hungry now. Hoggle, which after experiencing that, but whatever. Hoggle pulls out like a peach or nectarine or something like that. The Goblin King had given it to him to give to Sarah.
The old poison apple trick.
Right, but peach or nectarine or something.
That's right. Very important that you distinguish what the fruit was. It comes back to play later.
Well, they do mention it later, so yeah. Anyways, she's grateful. She's grateful for this, but doesn't realize it's from the Goblin King, who says after she eats it, she's gonna forget about her baby brother. She takes a bite. She asks Hoggle, "What have you done?" And of course, he runs off because he's
a coward.
Yeah. And now she's like napping in the woods, and I don't know if it's a dream or what, but she's like at a ball or masquerade party or something. Another weird scene coming up.
Also, she just passed out sleeping with the other ones walking in front of her, and they just never bothered to turn around, which is great.
They find her later.
It's wonderful.
Fine. So in this dream or whatever she's having here, you've got everyone with masks on. They look like goblins and other characters that she's come into contact with. But the Goblin King is there too, and him and Sarah start dancing, and it's like a love song.
It's weird.
It's weird. And is he falling in love with her? Or is she supposed to be falling in love with him? Like, I don't understand what's supposed to be happening in this scene.
Yeah, I'm not sure. What was the... how did that translate in the 80s, chat? Because I don't remember. So, Paul, Kyle...
Somebody help.
Anybody in the chat want to help us out with that one? I'll read that answer after they drop it in, if they drop it in. But, like, that was like, what the hell?
Like,
A little weird.
it's a love song. It was a love song, right?
Yeah.
So why are they dancing to a love song?
I don't remember if I saved this for the behind-the-scenes peek. I may have. I may not have. If I did, I apologize for later on. There was originally supposed to be a kiss between the two, and Bowie was like, no.
Good.
He was 38 and she was 14.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Like, in real, so he was like, we're not doing that.
That's really messed up.
Which is, yeah. Like, who the hell? Come on, Jim. What are you writing here?
I don't want to know. At this point, all I'm wondering is why can't we bring the worm back?
That's right. Where's the worm?
He was the best. He was the best character.
Kyle just says it was the 80s.
It was the 80s.
Yep,
yeah.
yep.
Anyway, she gets angry, tries to push through the cloud, realizes she's trapped in this bubble. So she takes a chair, swings at the bubble, the wall,
Yeah,
whatever.
she's in one of the crystal balls.
Yeah, and of course, everyone and everything comes tumbling down. Again, very Alice in Wonderland-y. I'm here for that.
Right. Very Lewis Carroll.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, I just lost my place there. Okay.
It's a Paul says he was I was like 10. It was a complex relationship narrative was a bit beyond me. Yeah.
Fair. Fair.
I know.
All right. So she comes tumbling out of this bubble, this crystal.
Kyle, I promise we're going to talk about the suit. I promise we're going to talk about that.
Okay. She lands in this like trash heap where an old lady gives her one of her stuffed animals back. And then she starts giving her all these toys, like she's trying to distract her.
Oh,
and
the
Sarah,
trash lady, yeah.
And Sarah realizes what's happening and remembers she's got to save her baby brother. All right, so she remembered, and everybody realized that she's been missing. So they go ahead and make it to Goblin City. Hoggle is back to help. Sarah forgives him for being a dick. Because I got a little aggressive there.
Well, he was a dick.
And he's part of the group
He
again.
was like hiding behind the trash pile going, all right, if she gets out of this, I'll help her more. If not, I'm out of here.
Right, you know? And also he like poisoned her, so that's
A
real
little bit
dick
of that,
move.
too.
Yeah.
It's a real Dave move, Dave.
Yeah. All right, so now the Goblin King has sent his goblin army after the group. And you would think at this point there's no way for them to survive. I mean, they're outnumbered and all of that. But Ludo has the ability to call rocks to him, and that's exactly what he does.
I mean, how have we not reused this superpower in Marvel?
It's a good superpower.
The only place I've ever seen that other than Labyrinth is Captain Planet.
Oh, okay.
Earth, right?
Makes sense.
Yeah, dude's name was Kwame, by the way. Just throwing that out there.
Okay. All these boulders make their way through the city, taking out the Goblin army. Real convenient. Cool.
I mean, yeah. Just summon. I'm friends with the rocks, he says. I love it.
He's got to do something there, you know?
I mean, Ludo is the best character in the movie, right?
No, the worm was.
The worm. Okay.
They get into the castle, and Sarah tells her friends that she's got to go alone, which I don't understand why, but that's fine. Whatever. She ends up in this room that's just full of stairs. Upside down stairs, backwards stairs, stairs that don't lead where you think they're going to. Yes. This is familiar too. Of course, this
Based
is probably
on the painting.
Yeah, but this is also probably familiar from everything. I mean, it's been done a million times, and like you said, the painting in her room, all of that. But I don't know, her running like up down the stairs and the kid seemed very, very familiar.
Okay.
So I enjoyed that. All the crazy stairs.
Little unlocking memories over here.
Yeah. At least that's what it seemed like. Maybe I just wanted to believe that. I don't know. But the song was for sure.
Awesome.
And then, of course, all these stairs. And there is her brother on a set of stairs away from her. But she can't get to him. Each set of stairs takes her to some other direction. So she jumps, because that seems like a good idea.
I mean, I have to say, if I end up in that room too, I'm gonna try some weird gravity tricks. I mean, Goblin King's just like walking around the edges and stuff. I'm like, can I do that too?
I don't know. He's a Goblin King,
tumble
man.
off the thing,
I don't know. So she jumps, but she doesn't land. She just keeps falling, and like everything is falling apart. It's chunks of the room that she was in. Again, Alice in Wonderland.
Yep.
Then finally she's on the ground, and the Goblin King is there, and he's basically telling her, hey, you can have everything you want, anything you ever dreamed of, all your dreams can come true, blah, blah, blah. But instead, I mean, that's the thing he said at the beginning,
right.
Give me your brother, whatever, and, you can have all your dreams, or all your dreams will come true.
It makes sense. There's no Goblin Queen, so he's just got to steal children to turn into his minions,
And
right?
there you go. That works.
And that's what I put together.
Yeah. But instead, after he's promising all these things, she recites these lines from a storybook in the beginning of the movie.
Yep.
That she couldn't remember the lines to. Apparently that's like the spell. She's back home.
That broke the spell.
Yeah. She's safe
There's
and sound.
no place like home.
Shut up. She checks on her
Almost
brother.
had you too.
Nope. She checks on her brother. He's safe and sound. So back in her room, she's looking in the mirror. She sees all her friends from the labyrinth in the reflection. She turns around. They're all there. And now it's time to party. We got confetti. We got music. Everyone is happy. The end.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Again, not a lot of meat and potatoes, but the end.
It's
Happy
a
ending.
very Star Wars ending too. Just random music and
Parties.
and
It's a good way to end a movie.
Where's all that music and liquor coming from? It's a party, Marge.
That's
Doesn't have to make sense.
That's right.
All right. That is your full review
Full review.
of Labyrinth. We'll get to your...
I think I took care of enough there.
I think you did pretty well. Not a lot, like you said, not a lot of meat in the movie, but pretty solid notes. I like those. So we got a couple of behind-the-scenes facts
I'm still
here.
creeped out about the fact that he's 38 and she was 14 and they wanted them to kiss.
It was
And that's messed up.
originally, I think it was before she was cast. You know what I mean? Like the character was, and so they just didn't think about it, and then thank God
Fair.
Bowie is Bowie. So,
I'm going to believe that that's how that went down.
a quick look behind the scenes of Labyrinth before we get to Naomi's review questions. One of the reasons why Hoggle is always making groaning noises between lines was to keep his mouth open as much as possible so that the actress was able to look out of it and see where she was going. So every time he opens his mouth, they had to have a reason for it. So they just had him grunt and groan a lot.
Interesting.
Hoggle consisted of Sherry Weiser inside the suit, 4 puppeteers led by Jim Henson's son, Brian, controlling 18 motors inside the face rig alone.
What?
Then they were manipulating a mechanical...
What kind of Muppet is this?
That's how... I mean, Muppets are very complex. There's a lot going on in there.
It's supposed to be a sock.
No, Kermit the Frog is just a sock. It's just felt in a couple of ping pong balls. Manipulating mechanical mitt on his right hand. Henson controlled Hoggle's jaw movements and provided the voice. Another puppeteer provided further lip movements with another mitt. The third puppeteer used a joystick lever to control Hoggle's eyes and eyelids. The fourth used a similar mechanism to animate the eyebrows and a foot pedal to control the skin around Hoggle's eyes. The puppeteers had to rehearse together for weeks to anticipate each other's movements.
That's insane, and I want to watch this movie again just to watch
Just
the
to
Muppets.
watch the puppeteering, right?
Yeah.
I would love to watch just the behind the scenes.
I didn't even
of
really
the whole
think about it.
9
I
yards.
was busy paying attention to the, thin story.
Well, you don't. That's why Muppets are so awesome, because there's so much that goes into it. You don't think about it. Like
insane.
when Carol O'Connor is operating Big Bird, he had to walk around like this with his hand in the air to work the mouth, and so he was like literally like this for hours a day, just all contorted up and stuff like that.
Crazy.
When he learned that the Ludo rig weighed over 100 pounds, Jim Henson told the Creature Shop to start all over again and make it lighter. They brought it down to 75.
I mean,
Yeah.
25%.
Still too heavy for one person, so 2 other puppeteers split the performance. Excuse me. The various things that Jareth does with his bulls that he plays with throughout the whole thing, Bowie's constantly playing with his balls, rolling them around and all that. He can't do that. That takes a pretty skilled juggler and performer to do. So they are, the movements, the hand movements are actually done by a different choreographer. And if you pay attention, which I noticed this, and I was like, there's no way he's doing that. And I looked, and you can see in one scene where he's like sitting in the window and he's going one hand just fondling the bulls. The hand is not Bowie. It's a dude basically doing the whole stick your hand behind him and work, while the guy talks like that. Yeah, so it's the choreographer who is an accomplished juggler. He was crouched behind Bowie with his arm replacing Bowie. So Bowie's just kind of like tucked the arm behind. They put this guy's hand here and
The things we did in the 80s
right.
before CGI and all that.
That's right.
You just want to keep saying balls.
Wolves. That's right. Unlike a typical Muppet performance, he had no video screen to view his performance, so he was completely blind, just, working the balls. The owl in the title sequence is computer generated, the first attempt at photorealistic CGI animal characters in a feature film.
Interesting. Never mentioned the owl in the beginning or the
Right.
end.
There's an owl.
There is an owl.
The scene where Toby is seated on the Goblin King's lap, the baby looks like fixated and hypnotized, and he's kind of looking off camera as like Jareth murmurs into his ear. Toby screams so much during the takes of this scene that they had to do something to keep him quiet. So a crew member had a glove puppet Sooty. I don't know what that means. That doesn't mean anything to me, but that's the name of it, I guess. So for the duration of Jareth's speech, Bowie had the puppet on his hand off camera and was working it to distract the kid.
Why wouldn't you just get a different baby?
Why just CGI the baby?
Your baby can't act. It can't be in this movie.
Yeah, so the child was entranced by the puppet, and the perfect silence ensued.
I've seen better actors get fired.
Of course, if you're watching the beginning of the movie, the sources of the characters can be seen in Sarah's bedroom at the beginning. She has a stuffed animal that looks like Sir Didymus on her dresser. You didn't mention Sir Didymus at all.
I said they picked up another friend.
They picked up another friend. Doll that looks like Ludo is on the shelves next to her door, along with the book Where the Wild Things Are. There's a fiery doll on the shelves next to her bed. Bookends with goblins. Yeah, bookends with goblins that sort of look like Hoggle on her dresser, and a figurine of Jareth on the right-hand side of her desk. After you see the Hoggle bookend, there's a scrapbook, shows newspaper clippings of her famous actress mom with another man, David Bowie. Yeah, so that there's a reason to rewatch.
Did not notice any of those things.
Yeah, excellent point in the chat. Kyle says you got to hire twin babies for acting. Well, what if they're both just terrible?
You know?
Then you get the Olsen twins. In addition to all of the other stuff, the dress that she wears in the ballroom scene can be seen adorning the miniature doll in her music box, and a wooden maze game on her dresser next to her books, reminiscent of the hedge section of the Labyrinth. Small painting on the wall that depicts a contraption much like the one operated by the cleaners from which Sarah and Hoggle had to escape, and a copy of the famous picture MC Escher, which is the stairs.
Okay.
Yes. Original script ended with Sarah punching Jareth and berating him into submission, at which point his appearance reverts to that of the small goblin and runs away.
Why didn't they keep that one?
That would have been fun. The rock sculpture of Jareth that's only visible when viewed from the right angle.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I remember that sculpture.
Yeah, that was an invention of Jim Henson.
Cool.
Yeah, so to help the puppeteer inside Ludo see, there was a miniature video camera in his right horn that fed to a small screen inside the head.
That's weird.
Crazy, right? Michael Jackson, Prince, and Mick Jagger all considered for Jareth. Jim Henson preferred Sting, but his kids convinced him that Bowie would be perfect for the role. Bowie wanted to make a children's movie and liked the concept and script and got to write the music. So I'm sure that helped a little bit too. And this one's kind of sad to end with, but also kind of great at the same time. Due to its failure when originally released, the final movie, it was the final movie directed by Jim Henson. I mean, he died not long after, like 5 or 7 years later, but his son revealed that at the time, after its release and sort of flop, he was pretty depressed about it and sad. But it wasn't long before that ended up getting the huge cult following, and he was alive to see that, and that made him,
That's
very
cool.
happy, restoring his faith in his work and all that stuff. And
that's a bummer. I can't imagine, putting all that effort and work into something and then watching it fall apart, and then, that's devastating.
It is a crazy movie.
It is a crazy
movie. And
still better than Return to Oz.
Well,
sorry, everybody. Well, no.
Just me and Filthy Kyle.
Yeah, just you and Filthy Kyle.
That's it. All right,
Sorry,
so
Filthy.
we got your review questions we got to get to now, and this is the one that Kyle has alluded to in the chat a couple of times already. Did you notice Bowie's codpiece?
Well, I tried not to.
So yeah, that was
absolutely.
Kyle,
there were a couple scenes where you just can't miss it.
Kyle's in the chat all through the review, like dropping that, and it's just like, I'm gonna ask her about it, I promise. Yeah, it was hard not to notice that. I mean, where's the costume department on this one? You got all these Muppets. You can't get them some leather pants or some thicker pants or a skirt.
I don't know. I think of like dancers and the leotards and all of that. So I mean,
what it was.
I mean, you have that now all the time. So it just is what it is. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yes, it was noticed.
Yeah,
yes.
I can't. I think the chat scrolled. He says Bowie in the unitard with the girl was borderline assault anyway.
Between that and the hands and wanting a kiss, like that poor girl, like
yeah,
I'd say she never went on to do anything else, but apparently she did. So
I mean, also they got shot at, and
that wasn't the worst part.
What's worse, shot at or Bowie's codpiece? All right, did you like it? Did you like Labyrinth?
Yeah, it's all right.
Didn't hate it?
I didn't hate it.
All right, weren't completely like, no, what am I watching?
No.
Better
Again, with the Alice in Wonderland kind of feel to it, I know you're gonna ask the question if I would like it more or less if I were a kid, but obviously, like, I would. You know,
Yeah.
this
It's a
is
kid's movie.
It's a cute kids movie. It works. It's got that, again, Alice in Wonderland feel to it, whatever. So I tried to think of that while watching it because, again, storyline's kind of dumb and whatever, but I didn't hate it. It's fine.
All right. Good
Solid.
answer. Good answer. Guys, I don't know what you're talking about listing in the chat, but if you haven't noticed, I can't handle all the things I got going on here.
You can't
Typing in
handle
the chat
anything over
ain't gonna
there.
happen as well. So whatever. Text me about that one later. Favorite quote from Labyrinth. Labyrinth or the Labyrinth? What do you think? It's just Labyrinth, right?
I think it's just the word, not a the.
No the.
No the.
No S either. Midwestern.
I didn't say labyrinths.
Labyrinths.
That's hard to say.
I know.
I don't have a favorite quote. But if I were going to choose something, it would just be the whole dialogue of the worm.
You really like the worm.
I loved the worm. Why didn't we get more of that?
Sort of a Cheshire cat, almost.
Yeah, it was
Kind
so
of.
cute, and just asked her to come in for tea, and she declines.
I forgot whether she went in for tea or not, and I was really hoping she did because I was like, where is she going in?
Right,
I
and I
don't
thought it
remember
was
all.
going to be like she goes in, and, this gets her into the labyrinth, what she wanted. I thought he was going to be a bigger deal.
Well.
And then, when he says hello, but it's hello.
Hello.
Did you just say hello?
No.
No.
I said hello.
It's so cute.
That's great. Do you have a favorite character?
The worm.
Why isn't it Ludo?
No.
Ludo's the
Because
best.
he yells a lot,
He
and
calls
it gets
rocks.
kind of annoying.
He calls rocks.
What was it? When he's being attacked, and he just...
You wouldn't yell if you were being attacked?
Yeah, but
Poor
it's
guy.
just a lot. And then, what is it, when he's, hungry or something like that, and he just keeps yelling
Smell
about...
bad.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's the smell. I forgot. But he just kept saying that, and I'm like, dude, we know.
Do you have a favorite character that was in the movie? Actually in the movie. More than once.
Oh, David Bowie then.
All right, the Goblin King then. The Goblin King.
It
cringe
wasn't
level.
Toby.
Definitely not Toby. We should have pulled a Michael Scott for that. Why are you the way that you are? Cringe level 1 through 10. The pants.
I wasn't going to go into detail about the pants.
I
feel like
so
there's a
many
lot
scenes in that
more.
movie where I just put my hand and just cover the bottom of the screen.
I look at it as more artistic thing or something.
Sure,
I
yes, he's a
don't know.
dancer. They're allowed to do that, I suppose.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why not?
My old man's in the chat. He says, well, Bowie was an exhibitionist. I guess so. All right. Discomfort level. You didn't really give us a number on cringe level, but that's okay.
I don't know. Cringe level, I'd probably give a 4.5. And then discomfort level, probably a little bit higher. There were moments where it would probably be a 5.5. Like the hands, that was uncomfortable to watch.
Was it, why?
I don't know.
Okay.
My mind was hands do not make faces.
I think-
That's weird.
I think that's
and then they all grab her.
Yeah, I think there's an uncanny valley thing going on in there, along with the, hey, don't touch me.
I don't know. I just didn't like it.
Like that. Let's see. Title of the movie in the movie. I mean, they said it a lot, and it's on the book.
But it's just a thing.
Didn't work for you like Broken
No.
Arrow did? Was it
No.
the best part of Broken Arrow for you?
It was the best part of Broken Arrow for me.
What did you know about it going in, and your thoughts going in? We covered, and we do now cover at the beginning with Naomi's Under a Rock preview. So if you missed that, you can rewind and check that out. What surprised you about Labyrinth?
Well, I assumed with it being the 80s movie and David Bowie in there that it was going to be kind of dark. It seemed to be a little bit more darker and out there than I thought it was going to be.
Especially for Jim Henson, too.
Yeah, it just, I don't know, seemed dark.
All right. Wow.
But not as dark as Return to Oz.
I don't know. I feel like that's less dark, just more traumatizing.
Yeah. It seems dark because I was traumatized.
And you did allude to this already. Would you have liked it more or less if you saw it when you were younger?
Right. I probably would have loved this movie if I saw it when I was younger.
I wish I watched it more as a kid, because watching it as an adult is like, why is everybody like this so much?
Right.
But then I'm thinking, Ludo and Sir Didymus and all of that stuff, and then
Right.
the rhymes and okay, I can see why. Favorite part?
That's a good question.
What is the favorite part of this? What's the favorite part of the chat?
Again, I really like the worm and wish we got more of him. Like, let me see inside that home. Meet the wife.
I wish there was more twists and turns in the labyrinth itself.
There's not a lot in the actual labyrinth, Like, you go through a couple different scenes of things, but I think when they started with it, you see the maze and everything, and it looks so complicated, but there was no way to fit that actual thing in the movie. So it's like, okay, we've got to have like 5 trapdoors here and then call it a day.
They couldn't go building a full labyrinth for sure.
No.
A real, that would have been awesome, honestly. What surprises me and I did not remember was, now I totally lost it. Never mind. Moving on. What was your least favorite part?
The smelly bog was definitely
The Bog
up
of
there.
Eternal Stench. You didn't like that one.
And Toby crying all the time.
And Toby crying.
Yeah, that's really rough.
And then the pants.
I knew you were going to say that. As soon as you said, what was your least favorite part?
I
And you
saw it.
started smiling.
I saw it in your eyes. Yes.
No,
Would you recommend this to someone else who hasn't seen it?
probably, yeah.
Watch it again?
Well, actually, after hearing all those things about the Muppets, I do want to watch it again.
Watch them being operated and things like that.
Yeah, because there's a little bit more to that. Watch it again for the storyline? Maybe not.
Yeah, probably not, right?
Yeah.
Is this a stop and watch if it's on TV movie?
I don't think so.
I feel like you got to start from the beginning with Labyrinth a little bit.
Right.
Just a little bit. Are you happy you watched it?
Yes.
Does it hold up?
No.
Why not?
A lot of things. I mean, like, let's just look at the start of the movie where she's running around with that storybook and whatever. I mean...
In the costume, and she's
Yeah.
LARPing, basically.
Yeah, by herself.
By herself.
That's weird.
Well, nobody had done it yet. She started it.
Maybe she's a trendsetter. I
There's
don't
nobody
know.
to LARP with
so
her.
that doesn't really, hold up, and I don't know. I just... I guess we've moved away from the Muppets and puppets and things like that because we have the CGI and all of that other kind of stuff. And you don't need David Bowie to put his hand behind his back so somebody else can juggle,
That's right.
So no, it doesn't hold up.
Also, we've got better humans with Muppet movies, with like Muppet Christmas Carol, Treasure Island, things like that.
Fair, yeah.
So, all right. Now the most important part, you've got to rate it, which is a new thing, which is crazy that it's a new thing after 150 episodes, but 1 through 5 stars for Labyrinth. Hit us.
Solid 3.
Solid 3.
Solid 3.
All right. All right. I can't wait to discuss that with the hardcores who like to, what would we call it? Scrutinize the 5-star rating system.
Yes.
Yes.
The argument was that, oh gosh, I forgot what the argument was.
I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, let's just leave it at that. We
That's
just
right.
don't care.
I'm a gracious ranker. So when I do the 5-star,
I remember what the argument
if
was.
I like it, it's 4.
3.5 out of 5 is 7 out of 10. That was the argument. So 7 out of 10 sounds better than 3.5 out of 5.
Except it's not 7 out of 10 because it's 3.5 out of 5.
Yeah.
I don't like math. So there you go. All right. Would you say 3.5 stars?
3.
3
Just
stars.
a solid
3
3.
stars.
It doesn't get
for
that 0.5.
Labyrinth.
If there was more worm, probably would get that 0.5.
There was more worm.
I really liked him. He was so cute.
Oh, that's great. All right. Excellent. Under a Rock review. Naomi's first time watching Labyrinth. Well done.
Thanks. It's time for Thought of the Day.
Thought of the day. Thought of the day. All I can think of is Bowie's pants.
That's your problem.
I blame Kyle. That's I blame the chat. Just 100%. Thought of the day. Thought of the day. It's your thought of the day. Thought of the day, babe. Lay it on us.
I can't now. Okay. Dreams make no sense. One part of your brain is making up a story, and the other part of your brain is experiencing it and is genuinely surprised by what happens.
That's awesome.
But it's your brain.
That is awesome.
One thing.
Yeah, well. Yeah, wow. That's
Let you think on that one.
That's right. That's
Nice
why it's
shower
the thought of the day. All right. Yeah, let's do it.
Gonna leave us with a laugh?
I am going to do my best.
What you got?
What do you call a sleeping cow?
I don't know.
A bulldozer. Why don't they play poker in the jungle?
I don't know. Something about chips.
Too many cheetahs.
Oh, okay.
All right. And finally, ask me if I'm a tree.
Are you a tree?
No.
Really?
That's it.
What?
No. All right, that look at her, she's done already. That's gonna do it for episode 151 of Luke and Naomi on air, featuring Naomi's Under a Rock reviews. Excellent review of Labyrinth. It was nice taking a little trip down memory lane to the wacky 80s on this one.
That's the best way to put it, is wacky 80s.
Wacky
because
80s.
every movie that we do that's an 80s movie is a wacky movie. Whether it's an action movie or mystical weirdness.
Mystical weird. I like that. Now, I do have to know, because we're talking about 80s and we're talking about puppets and we're talking about, oddness. What do you know of Fraggle Rock? Oh, is that what they call the Gen Z stare?
Fraggle Rock?
Oh man. All right.
What
Can of
is
worms
that?
opened. It's a puppet show
It's a show,
from
not a
yes,
movie.
show from the
Okay.
80s. That was awesome. Everybody loved Fraggle Rock. Well, I'll show you some clips of that. It's a show, so we won't be doing any kind of Under a Rock reviews, but we'll have to just show you some Fraggle
Yeah.
Rock. Yeah, Paul's in the chat going, "What? Yeah, come on, Paulie. Are you really Under a Rock is the theme of the whole thing, and every time we tell people Naomi hasn't seen something, they're like, "Get the hell out of here." It's like, yeah, that's why we call it what we call it.
Yeah.
He says, "Work your cares away." That's right. That's right. I just want to show her like the intro to Fraggle Rock now. And oh my God, I have
We'll get to that.
I have the most random memories of Fraggle Rock.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
All right, cool. That's it for episode 151. Don't forget to check us out on all of the socials. If you're watching on YouTube right now, whether it's live or after the fact, hit that like button for us, please, and subscribe as well. That definitely helps us out. And we will be back next week before we take a week off.
Yes.
We've got the sister visiting, but we are back next week, so shouldn't have even mentioned that. Back next week with something else. Do we stay in the 80s? I don't know. Do we go to the 90s?
Conspiracy theory? I don't know.
Does Luke watch a movie? Maybe. We'll find out.
7.
If you 7 every time now. I get just beat over the head about 7.
We are watching that, and it's happening soon. It's happening soon.
We can watch 7. I'll just take a walk or something like that.
No, you have to experience it too.
No, I don't want to say anything about 7. Just it's Under a Rock. We'll keep it there. All right. Now I'm rattled now thinking of 7
Sorry.
as I'm wrapping up the show. What else was I supposed to say?
I don't know. Bye.
That's right. Well, follow, subscribe, comment on the episodes. Don't forget Facebook. Usually Saturday or Sunday, whatever day we watch the movie, I like to put up clips of the movie so you can guess if you know what it is. So if you're not following us there, make sure you do that as well. Most importantly right now, hit that like button on the YouTube for us. Really appreciate that. So until next week, unless there's something that I've completely forgotten, which I feel like there is. You ever get that feeling? It's just
Yeah.
like, oh my God, there was something I didn't do.
Nope.
All right, that'll do it. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Luke and Naomi on air everywhere. And if you just Google Luke and Naomi,
We come up.
we absolutely do. That is it for this week. See you next week. Big shout out to the chat. Again, thanks for chatting along and hanging out with us as we do this live. Love you if you're listening on audio. However you choose to consume us, we appreciate you. Have some fun this week and be excellent to each other.
Love you. Bye.
Later, chat.